Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be looking into Meg's new podcast. Now, this isn't a podcast she's done. This is a podcast she has been a guest on. The podcast is run by the founder of It Cosmetics, who herself is a billionaire. So she's got this podcast thing, and Meg's a guest. And Meg's been on this podcast today, basically going on about how wonderful the children are, blah, 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 blah. And we're doing that in a separate reading. But there is some things, some undertones of this podcast that are there to shade the royal family. Now, one of the things that she said, she's made the statement of saying how they had 6 months of butterflies and wonderfulness, and it was just so gorgeous kind of energy when her and Harry got together, and then she was straight into the trenches, which makes it sound like she was in some type of war zone. And it also makes the listener think, oh, she is comparing her experience to a war zone. She's comparing her experience to people who have got like PTSD from wars. So she's saying there's this traumatic thing. And she's linking her time with the royal family as being some traumatic thing. So the cards have been predicted for a while that Harry and Meghan are going to come for the royal family again this year, and we're already seeing that starting to happen. So we're just going to look into it. We're going to look into Meg's energy around this podcast. I've got some of my sassy cards to do any extras that we may need to do. But I'm going to start off, as always, with the same cards for Meghan, which is the Barbara Walker Tarot. I've been using this for her since 2019. It really resonates with her. It really vibrates with her. I don't use it for anyone else. She's got that energy. This is, if you want to read on Meghan, I really recommend this deck. I just do. I don't know why. It just hits her really well. Okay. So we're going to have a look into this podcast around the passive aggressively shading the royals. It's a very passive way of saying, oh, this trauma and this thing. She seems to forget that without the royal family, and Harry as well forgets this, they wouldn't have this privileged status or the money that they've brought in to themselves. They wouldn't have any of that without being attached to the royal family. They're so ungrateful, guys. I just don't understand. How ungrateful can you be? How ungrateful. Oh, by the way, I just want to mention a big shout out to Otter Spirit Crystals, who support my channel, and I am wearing manifestation, part of the manifestation kit that they do kits. You can buy these individually as well. You do get a bit of kickback I do get a bit of kickback from them, but they are on otterspirit.com. If you put in code Northies Tarot 20, you get a discount. They are AA grade gemstones. They are the real deal. They do have an environmental mission with helping saving local wildlife, namely otters, and they are lovely people. So please go and check them out. I'll leave the links in the description box and in the comments and everything, guys. So please check them out if you can, and send them some love. But back to Meghan. Let's have a look and see. Let's have a look and just see what is going on with this podcast and what is going on with this energy, man. Let's just check it out. Two of Wands is in reverse. A door has been closed. I feel like the door that has been closed, the Two of Wands in reverse, comes out so much for her. And I feel like the door that has been closed is the door on her old life, some of her old acquaintances, or some of the people she's grifted off. The door has also been closed with her link to the royals. Now, I feel very much so that the public don't necessarily go Meghan Markle and instantly associate back to what she wants them to associate back to, which is the prestige of the royal family. They hear Meghan Markle and they think Southpark, jam, grifter, because of all of those sound bites that have been in the press, because the Meghan Markle's personality, problematic personality, isn't just a niche subject online anymore. after she revealed herself in 2021 to the public, it's pretty much everybody understands that Meghan Markle is a disordered personality. The Two of Wands in reverse, yeah, she's out of it, guys. The Queen of Cups crossing over. Now, there's many ways you can read the tarot. One of the ways that I read the tarot is using astrological signs. Now, the Queen of Cups would relate to a water sign woman, as well as it meaning emotional stuff as well, and all of that kind of stuff, which I'll go into in a minute. But this very much could well be her trying to grab, I want to be Princess Diana 2.0, 3.0. We know she'll never be Princess Diana 2.0, but she wants to get the same. She wants to be iconic like Princess Diana was. And for a lot of people, Princess Diana can do absolutely no wrong, butter wouldn't melt. However, Meghan isn't like that. She's also emotionally out of touch, out of tune. There may not be a lot of emotions there. So that's why everything looks like a performance and false, because everything is forced. And I don't think she realized that. So on two things here, and I believe them both to be true. She wants to be as loved as Diana, but she also wants to be better than Diana, which is a weird situation vibe. We've also got this card, the Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups in reverse. She is faking emotion. She's always done fake it till you make it. And she's still going through it. She's trying her hardest to emote things. Let's have a look and look like a normal person. What she wants to give the impression of. Oh, we've got two cards. Let me pull them out both. What she wants to give the impression of is that it was a burden. She had to walk away from the royal family. That's what she wants to rewrite the scripts. That's what she wants to give the impression of doing. It was burdensome walking away from the royal family. That's what she insists. But we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. The thing is, what's known about the situation, though, is the cat is out of the bag. The emu is out of the Timu. Everybody can see that she's lost control of her narrative. She desperately wants to curate her own image. And by her saying, I didn't want to walk away, but I just had to. It was too much of a burden. I couldn't take it anymore. And that's the impression she wants to give. She wants to she's doing what do you call it again? Revisionist history. And she always does this. But the reason she's doing that is, and everyone can see it, is the Four of Pentacles. She's tried to control her image too tightly that she's completely lost control of it. Completely. Let's have a look and see what's leaving the situation. The Two of Swords is in reverse. Okay, she's been forced into doing this podcast. She's had to do this podcast. I wonder if there's something contractual there. Okay, we have the King of Wands in reverse. Ooh, right. This is a fire sign man. If we look at it astrologically, that fire sign man is Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. So that could be quite a few bigger podcasters at the moment are Aries or Leos. Joe Rogan is a Leo, and Piers Morgan Arsehole is an Aries. Both of them don't vibe with the Markle at all, especially Morgan. So I'm just wondering here, is Morgan going to say something very soon about the Markle debacle? Put that aside for a minute. The King of Wands, when we're just looking at the meaning specifically, this is a very frustrated kind of hostile, look at me, I want to grab attention energy. Instead of being creative, their actions are dressed up as creativity, but they're actually quite destructive. So this could be something more coming out with Meghan's podcast. Both of these things put a pin in them, both of them, the person and the situation and the situation it could land on. Let's have a look and see on her mind. Okay. We have got the Nine of Cups in reverse. It's my party and I'm not invited. She feels quite isolated and she doesn't want to join in with something. She feels like she's not invited to something. There's this, but she would like to give the impression that she's not bothered. One of the biggest things that Meghan hated about joining the royal family was giving up her Instagram. I am being completely honest. She just hated that the most. Why? Because she likes seeing the reflection of herself on the internet. The party sometimes she feels like she wasn't invited to was online discourse and being able to curate her image online. She wants to be able to control it. This is why you've got so many problems with the squaddies and all of that kind of stuff. What is surrounding of her is she wants the children to have the attention. There's issues here though. She wants to wheel out the invisible children recollections, how many they are and how they got here and if they exist at all, blah blah blah. But she wants that motherhood shone a light on to make her more human. This is all about her creating space online where she is known online. Because that's how she interacts with the world, and it has been. She is Arrested Development, Pinterest 2014, Instagram 2014. She's stuck in that vibe. The Ace of Wands is in reverse. She's also creatively stunted. Now, what I don't get is why would anybody want to go and listen to a billionaire and a millionaire talking about the problems? It's not really like completely relatable, to be honest with you. It's a very let them eat cake vibe. She's sick of Harry for some reason. And the devil there. Her internet, this whole thing is to shade the royal family. This whole thing is revisionist history, and this whole thing is to gain back a level of control that she can have more curated image. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to annoy the royal family. Let's have a look and see. Let's have a look at the men in grey suits, eh? Let's see how the palace will react. Not the king, not William, not Catherine or Sophie or Camilla. Let's have a look and see how the palace will react to Meghan's proclamation that it was in the trenches. We should really just react, see what Jason Knopf thinks as well. That might be a whole different video. That might be. Let me know if you want me to do that one. Okay, so let's have a look at how the palace react to this. The 10 of Wands. Well, it's a burden lifted that you went. The relief was from the palace. The 10 of Wands, the burden is carried. It's just like, we were glad you went. So that's at the center of it. So the palace were relieved. The men in grey suits were relieved. And the 10 of Cups crossing over. The reason why they were relieved is because they were causing the actual family, not the working family, not the people in the wider palace. But I feel like the men in grey suits have an allegiance, not necessarily just to the crown or the state, but they have them to the actual people. They're empathetic. No matter what Harry dresses it up as, they're actually empathetic to the real royals. Yeah, this is forced. They know it's forced. Okay, they're a little bit, oh, you're dragging us again with the 3 of Swords in reverse underneath. And they know she's trying to force a change, an unnatural change. They know she's trying to change the narrative of the Wheel of Fortune in reverse above. So let's have a look-see and see what 6 of Skies, 6 of Swords. So they wanted to just kind of keep things moving. They were hoping that they would just move on. But I do believe that the palace and certainly the higher up royals know stuff is coming before it lands. But they, like, this is old news to them. The Three of Trees, there is more disruption coming from the Markles with people who are overseas to the Markles. So I feel like they will be using people maybe, I don't know, in Nigeria, Colombia, wherever they've been recently. There's definitely, there could be people in the UK. So there is people that the Markles are trying to get to be disruptive, you know, like Shola and whoever else, whatever, like, faux activist is raging away on X or on some daft call-in show on the radio. But that there is something coming up with that. But I don't think, they just think it's gossip and bad blood. Yeah. Three of Water. Salmon of Knowledge in reverse there. Oh, they think she's a bit dumb. But we have surrounding here exactly why they feel like the palace is getting attacked and Meghan and Harry are still doing this stuff. Is the Six of Trees. The Six of Trees in reverse. It's the Six of Wands in reverse. It's an embarrassment. They're embarrassed about losing their prestige. They're trying to scrape back their prestige, and they will throw the palace under the bus and everybody associated with it just to make themselves look good, because they can't tolerate not being thought of well. We have got the Seven of Stones in reverse, which is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse there. And the palace think that Meghan and Harry are on a cash grab. Basically, they're panicking and they're on a cash grab. And here we have the Sun in reverse. They know for a fact that she is going to be using those kids. They know, the palace knows that she is going to, like, wave the children about, invisible children, recollections may vary how many they are and how they got here, around to show that, like, look at me, I've got kids, blah, 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 blah. She's going to try that. She's really going to try that. So that they know more is coming with the kids. So to summarize, Megsy's doing revisionist history to self-satisfy herself, because she wants to see her image how she likes to see it on the internet. And the more she can put out her side of the story, that more that pops up in the algorithm. She's definitely taking the mick, wanting to do a cash grab here. All of this is, the palace seem to be aware that there is a cash grab and that Meghan is plotting some more things and just basically, like, lying her bum off, basically. So that is what I see in the cards. Let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know if there's any other particular readings you would like me to do. Let me know about the Noth thing as well. Please like, share, subscribe, and all of that YouTube stuff. And I'll see you more for put my teeth in. I'll see you soon for some more readings. Take care, guys. Bye.